giving an eyeliner review. Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Brittany, this is Coffee and Makeup, and today I'm bringing you a review of this NYC high definition liquid liner pen in extra black. So if you're interested in that, then just keep on watching. Okay, so this is going to be my first impression of the NYC liquid eyeliner high definition pen in extra black. So here is a close-up for those of you who don't know what the pen looks like. And the first thing that I'm going to do is show you the pen and compare it to a couple other pens as far as shape goes. So here is the NYC pen. As you can see, it's a felt tip and it's a really large tip. So here is an e.l.f. felt tip liner in comparison. You can see that the e.l.f. is much smaller, and I would say the e.l.f. is more of an average size. And then of course I'll compare it to my favorite Kat Von D tattoo liquid liner. So you can see that the NYC one is just very big. Now let's swatch them both to see what kind of color we're going to be working with today. So I'm going to just swatch this on my hand where you can see this is the NYC, and that looks like I just drew on my hand with a Sharpie marker. Not very happy with how that's looking. And then the Kat Von D, of course, looks gorgeous. So here they are, both after one swipe. With the NYC on the top, it's very, very transparent and not opaque at all. And you might also notice that it looks like the NYC is going out into the fine lines of my hand. So not very good signs so far. So I'm going to go ahead and take the swatches off, and then I'll get right into applying this liner. Okay, so let's hope that the NYC liner does a little bit better on my eyes than it did when I was swatching it. I also want to mention that the NYC liner tip is very inflexible. So, you know, with some felt tip liners, they can kind of bend, the tip can bend and allow you a little bit more wiggle room. This isn't like that. It's extremely firm. Like, I'll just show you if I press on it, there is no give here. So some of you might consider that a negative. So I'm just going to go ahead and apply this to my eye. So the pen is really easy to work with, but the fact that it's a little bit firm is especially difficult when you come to the outside corner of your eye, because you kind of need that give if you're trying to do a wing, because you want to drag it along the texture of the outside corner of your eye and have a little bit of movement in there and a little bit of give. And because it doesn't have that, it ends up being kind of scratchy and like scratching the skin of my eyelid, but overall I feel like for application it looks alright. I'm going to go ahead and do the other eye, and then I'll be back to give you my final thoughts on the first impression. Alright guys, I'm back from doing both of my eyes with this liner, and as you can see, it dries to a matte finish. The opacity is of course not perfect, but I think it does look better once the liner has dried. But if you want a black liner, a true black liner, then don't buy this product, because you will not be satisfied with this product. Now, the liner still is staying in place, however, I am concerned, as I said earlier, that it might settle out into the fine lines as time goes on, which only time will tell, and I will report back to you guys after this week of testing it out on its staying power. But yeah, it looks good. I am satisfied with the liner so far, and I will be wearing it in different styles for the next 4 days, and then this day also, and I will be coming back to you after with a full review and scoop to tell you exactly when and where you can wear this liner and if it's a good buy. So I will see you guys later, and enjoy the rest of this video. So this is the 5th day of me trying out the NYC liner, and I'm ready to give you all my total review of this liner. So let me start by saying this week has been a very rainy and dreary week on the East Coast. So this liner has been tested to its full extent. It's been really put through the ringer this week, and I have to say it performed extremely well, better than I expected, definitely. I was very worried wearing this liner out in the rain and thinking that it was probably going to be a hot mess by the end of my class days, but as far as wear time goes, I was very impressed. It is not a waterproof liner, and it did run a little bit, a couple hours into my day, especially walking outside between classes, but I was very impressed at how this liner held its original shape even in this wet, gross weather, because it did run a bit, but I could just wipe the excess off, and then there was still the original shape that I had placed the liner in. It wasn't totally crumbling. Everything that I put down was not destroyed in the rain, which I was happy with. Maybe I had lowered standards because the last liner I reviewed was pretty awful in that respect, but yes, I was strangely impressed. So awesome with the wear time. The only downside with this liner is application. I think it's partially because of the formula. Like I said in my first impression, it was watery, it was transparent, and for that reason, it just didn't stay. You're not going to get a precise line with this liner. So if you're very into a sharp, defined, precise line, then I just wouldn't get this liner if I was you. Also, the other issue that I had with the application was that the tip of the liner is so unwieldy and bulky that you cannot really get an awesome sharp shape with it. So if you're that kind of person that isn't that precise with their liner, you just want a line and that's all you want, then this would probably be a good option. Like I said, the wear time is great, but if you like to do things very precisely, if you have a certain way of doing things, you want to have a very measured and precise flick at the end of your liner, you need the curve to be right, then don't get this liner. It's just not going to work for you. But overall, I was extremely pleased, especially considering that this is a drugstore liner, so I don't have that high of an expectation, and this definitely exceeded it for me. So yeah, I am happy with this NYC liner. I'll definitely reach for it again, probably not all the time, but it performed very well, I have to say. So thank you for watching this review. I hope to see you all in my next video, and let me know what you think. Do you have this liner? Do you like it? Is it awful? Tell me your opinions, and I will talk to you guys in my next video. Bye guys.